at lap 66 here. There is a list of the cars involved, some of whom have already made it back to the garage, some under their own power, some not. We're going to take a look at the start of this one, and it begins at Brian Vickers and his number 83 Toyota. You see Vickers right there on the outside of Matt Kenseth.
You know, the first time I saw this, I thought when he got sideways that maybe the 56 got into him, but I don't think he did now. I think it was just from Matt getting into the 83 of Vickers and getting him loose. And it's, you know, we've seen cars have trouble off of 2 over there. It must be really slick up high.
Now we'll look at Martin Truex's in-car, which will show you that he did not get into Vickers.
Yeah.
Until Vickers was already sideways. No contact there with Matt Kenseth.
You're all clear, man. All clear, all the way down. Big crash behind you. Big crash.
Got Martin into 50 Truex actually did a great job of getting through that without any contact.
Take it up, come on, low. Watch your feet, both sides. Come on. Go low. Good job.
Definitely threaded it through there.
Yeah, Junior did a good job, and that spotter did an awesome job.
Vickers sideways, everybody tried to go low, but the curbing, the dragon's teeth down there is pretty steep, and a lot of cars bounced off that and into harm's way right there at the dogleg.
The nose on these cars are so strong. Man, look at Travis Quapple get into that ball. That's huge. But the nose on this car is so strong that when they hit that curbing with it, it launches the car.
Stay easy. Back it up. Right in the middle of it.
On our Fox Exmo extreme slow motion camera, here's how this all got started. With Vickers getting a bit sideways after very, very slight contact from Kenseth. But Darrell, that contact comes at a point when both cars are turning and right on the edge of control.
I believe this is what happened to the 18 car, though, and Carl got in, and the 18 car got into Carl back there because of this very same thing. And Larry, on that slow-mo, is that left rear tire down?
I believe it is. I don't know if that's maybe when he got together with someone, but there's no question the left rear tire is flat on that race car.
That's exactly what happened. I believe Kenseth got into him, cut his left rear down, and that's why he couldn't recover. What's Derek going to see? Look out, Digger, look out!
Bye-bye. Everyone involved in the accident walked away from their cars and is okay. Here's Matt.
Mike, it looked like the Daytona big one here at Phoenix, simply a mess from your perspective, Clint.
Just a shame. You know, we're all better race car drivers than this. To be racing that hard this early in the race, we're all out there racing like it's our first time. You know, it's just kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you, to be wrecked this early. And Cheerios Hamburger Helper was pretty good. You know, just disgusted to be in here like this, and you know, pretty disgusted with the whole thing, to be quite honest with you.
The new point system making it even more crucial to get back out. Will you be able to get the 33 repaired and back out on the track?
Yeah, we're going to get back out, but you know, our day's done. A lot of people's day's done right there. Just you know, 2 early cautions that wipe too many cars out like that. We're all professionals, so we should be driving like it.
Thank you, Clint.
A 13-car pileup, and 4 of the top 4 finishers in last week's Daytona 500 have all crashed today. 7 of the top 10 finishers in the 500, including Bobby Labonte, have wrecked today.
But just think about Clint Boyer, that 33 car. Had a great car at Daytona, was caught up in a crash. Good car today, caught up in a crash. His teammate Jeff Burton, 2 bad finishes now.
Yeah, and Regan Smith here, he was kind of one of my dark horse picks for today, and he's sitting there with a radiator busted.
And we listened in.
I think everybody still thinks they're at Daytona. I think someone just hit somebody right square in the bumper, man. And man, that all started from the 17th, working the 83 up the racetrack off it, too.
Good analysis from a fellow who may have a broken radiator there. Well, let's hear from Brian Vickers. Krista?
Yeah, Brian Vickers back here in the garage, and I know looking over every piece and part of the car, it's pretty mangled. But what are your thoughts on what exactly happened out there?
Yeah, it was a hard hit. Hopefully we'll be able to get back out on it. Matt wrecked us. He just door slammed in the middle of the corner. I don't know what, 75 laps, 67 laps in a race. You know, it's going to come back to it.
Had you guys been racing hard up to that point?
I mean, everyone's racing hard. It's, everyone wants to win and do well, and track position is really important out there right now. I felt like that was pretty unnecessary to be this early in the race. I would have felt that would have been unnecessary at the end of the race, but that's fine. We can come back from this. The guys do a good job getting the car ready. Hopefully we'll get back out there. I hate it for the Red Bull crew. We had a really good car. Was really happy with it. We were running up front most of the race there, and felt like we could stay there.
Thanks, Brian.
Darrell, I think that's a little harsh. It was the slightest of contact, but in the worst place on the racetrack and in the worst place on that 83 car as it cut down the left rear tire.
I think that's the thing maybe he doesn't realize, Brian Vickers doesn't realize. And you can see right here, this area right there sticking out on the side of that car, they could easily cut down his left rear tire. And you can see that's the wheel mark right there.
Here's what Matt Kenseth had to say afterward.
That's not enough room out there today, Mike. I mean, I know we're tight, but I thought he had plenty of room. He didn't give you an inch there. He stayed real tight with you, and he had plenty of room to his right. Okay, but I left enough room to the wall, right? So I was down the middle of the corner, he was already on me.
Two different views and one pile of carnage. 13 cars involved in this back straightaway crash. We are under the red flag as our pit reporters work the garage searching for answers. Let's go down there.
Mike, a number of different opinions. Let's check in with the mayor, Jeff Burton. For your perspective, Jeff, Vickers said hard racing too early. Your teammates and boys said the same thing.
Well, I mean, I guess evidence is evidence, but, I can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. And we had a really fast car today. Cat Chevrolet was smoking fast. And, that's all we can hang our hat on at this point. We got to get finishes. I mean, the last 8 or 9 races for us have been horrendous. But, we'll keep our heads up and keep fighting. This is a really good race team, and we were really fast today, and just didn't do anything wrong, just got caught up in it.
Thank you, Jeff. Krista?
Well, Matt, another victim in this is Jamie McMurray. We've heard everyone talking about hard racing, perhaps hard racing too early. What do you think?
I think what caused the hard racing is that you had guys on no tire, someone 2, someone 4. And normally at Phoenix, we get long runs and it kind of settles in. And with the cautions the way they fell, it's just everybody's on a different strategy. And there were guys at the front that weren't quite as quick as guys in the rear. But when I saw the replay of the wreck, it just looked like the 56 and 83 touched and it cut the 83's tire down. And that really isn't anyone's fault. It's just kind of one of those deals.
We have a lot of guys back here whose faces almost look evil. You at least have a smile back here.
Well, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's so early, you didn't even really break a sweat. It's frustrating, but there's not a lot you can do about it. I mean, we're going to try to get our car fixed and get back out there. The only fortunate part I see is there's a lot of really good cars sitting in here, and so when you view the points, I guess they got guys that you'll be racing for the chase.
Mike?
Thanks, Krista. If Carl Edwards cannot get back on track under NASCAR's new point system, he'd receive only 8 points today, 7 for his position and 1 for his win. And that's not many points to take to Las Vegas, where NASCAR on Fox heads 1 week from today.
Vegas.